Hello everybody, I'm Bonnie Barker with BonnieBayCrochet.com and welcome to Friday Fun Live. And I'm going to go ahead and get my computer re-upped here so I can see everything. Let's see, I'm going to wait till it goes live, guys. Hold on a second. All right, give me a minute here. I see your comments. Thank you so much for doing that. For some reason this thing is not working. Here we go. Hold on just 1 second. All right, I see we're really live. I just wanted to make sure I'm not just talking to my phone. I want to be talking to you all. Yay, thank you, Becky. Welcome, Becky. My daughter Becky is off work today, so she's able to be one of our administrators, our bouncers, so to speak, in a loving way. And thank you also to Esther for helping me out and just keeping us all safe and encouraging in the group chat here. Let me go ahead and say hey to some of you. I so missed you all last week. I really, really did. As some of you know, I was out. Actually, I was home most of the time. We didn't even eat out, but my husband and I were celebrating our 32nd wedding anniversary. Yay. And he was able to travel down and we were able to be together and we got wonderful, wonderful takeout barbecue and spent it here at the house with my mother-in-law and my daughter because trying to keep everybody safe. Down here in South Carolina right now, along the coast, it's kind of bad right now with this virus. So we're, following the protocol. But boy, I sure wanted to eat out. Let me tell you. Well, anyway, let me go ahead and say hey to some of you. Hey, Jan, thank you for being there and waiting so faithfully. And Anusha, thank you for coming so early and waiting for us to start. And Leon from the sunny Isle of Wight. Wow, thank you for joining us. It must be probably supper time where you are in the UK there. And we have Leon. And thank you for joining us. And Swati, thank you for joining us from sunny LA. And let's see, we have Sandy. She says, hello, first time catching you live. Well, welcome, Sandy. I hope you enjoy the time together. I've got a pile of stuff to get through today. I'm going to have to try to rush through it. So if I'm less interactive with you all, that's why, because I don't want to keep you here for 3 hours. And I could take that long. I have probably talked to myself longer doing my video shoots and things. But anyway, yeah, Esther says she sees her octopus and a little scrunchie back here. Yes, check out Esther's Etsy page or however she's doing that. Esther, if you want to go ahead and put that information in the chat, sweetheart, go ahead and do that so people know where to reach you if you're looking for little toys or headbands or things like that. She's one of our sweet makers. And let's see, we have Laura. She says, barbecue. Oh, yes. And in South Carolina, they know barbecue. Unfortunately, they know carbs too. And I had more than my fair share of that. So once I sent them back home to Maryland, sadly, I've been working the extra pounds off from all the meals that we had while they were there. We also had pizza a couple times. So we really lived it up. So we had a good time, a good break while they were here. Of course, my husband's one of these people that she's like Becky, who have these metabolisms that you can pretty much eat whatever you want and it never shows. So, I mean, this man, I don't think gained 5 pounds since the day we were married. And he eats a lot of things that I have to stay away from nowadays. But anyhow, this is a positive time. Let me see who else we have. We have Susan from Oregon. Thank you for joining us, Susan. And Sonia and Donine from Saskatchewan, Canada. Wow. And we have Marisol from South Florida. That's where I grew up. If you can post what city you are in, Marisol. I grew up in Hialeah, which is in Dade County, county of the Hanging Chad back a long time ago. I think it was 2000. But anyway, miss my hometown, especially in the middle of February. I really miss Florida. We have, is it T. Cora, if I'm saying that right? Thanks for joining us. And Deborah Wood. I just got a lot of comments jump ahead of me here. We have Jacqueline. from Overcast and Chilly, LA. And let's see, I have Bread and Butter Joe from Alberta. Marie Smith, she says, hi Bonnie, enjoy watching you, love your videos. Inhale, I guess that says, I have learned so much. I know, what is it called? Autocorrect is not my friend sometimes when I'm texting. I'm guessing that's what that said there. And let's see. We have Liz. She says, hi, first time live to chat to the live chat. Thank you for joining us, Liz. And we have Cindy, Monica from Georgia. And let's see. Cindy's at Lillard from California. And Marie. Yeah, Marie, not a problem, friend. I mean, these typos, it's funny. I won't tell you about some of the funniest ones, but autocorrect can do crazy things with language. Let me tell you, especially if it's a word that they don't know. It's always interesting. We have Brad's mom. Hey, Brad's mom, from Southwest Chicago suburbs. We don't mind a 3-hour visit. Thank you. I would love it. I feel like after missing last week and after not having Becky in the chat for many weeks, and you know, it's good to have you back, Becky. And Laura says, yep, North Carolina is pretty close and lived there for a while. Yay. And we have Tracy Thunder Above Creations from Oklahoma. Whoa. And we have Sandra Fusler. Thank you for joining us, Sandra. I just so appreciate your encouragement, and over social media, you're always so encouraging. And Dee Williams from Toronto. Yay. I actually know where that is. I switched planes in Toronto last June 2019 on my way to Seoul, Korea with my church. So that was a lot of fun for a missions trip there. And let's see, who else do we have? Oh, we have Wanda. Wanda, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I hope things are going well out there on the road. Wanda, as y'all know, is our faithful truck driver, keeping us all supplied with everything we need. One of those heroic people out there these days. Oh, we have Monica. I'm sorry, Monique from the Netherlands. And Bailey's Rain from British Columbia. I'm not sure, is it Chetwynd? Is that how you say that? Or it says Colleen. I'm sorry, Colleen from, is it Chetwynd, British Columbia? Thank you for your encouraging words. And let's see, Charlotte from St. Mary's, Ohio. And Sandy, thank you, Sandy. It's so good to be back. And Anusha from India. Wow. And see, Bonnie Fitzpatrick says, hey, Bonnie, nice to see you from the Rocks in Pennsylvania. What is the name of the Afghan that's behind you? I think it's beautiful. Oh, thank you. I'm going to get to that. This is a baby blanket that's already up on my channel, and I'm going to talk to you about that. Okay, Marisol says she's from Broward County. I know Broward County. Make many trips there. Thank you. And Deborah from Grove City, Pennsylvania. Oh, she says, hi, love your designs and patience teaching us. Oh, my pleasure. You can thank Becky and the family for giving me patience, because I didn't start out with that, I don't think. But, you know, having 5 kids, you either survive or you end up in the evening news, and I didn't want to do the latter. So God was gracious and helped me to grow in that area. Still, you know, lots of room to grow. But anyway, and here, Bobby Preston. Hey, Bobby, thanks for joining us. She says, yeah, don't worry. Sorry about that. I'm not sure how the notifications work, Bobby, but you're welcome anytime, friend. We have Margaret Taylor. She says she's from Silver Spring, Maryland, but I have a farm in Flintstone, Maryland. Love it. You have been up there. It's near Rocky Gap, near Cumberland, Maryland. Oh, I know you're talking about Maryland. I mean, my home is in Gaithersburg, so I've been all up around there. Go around to Silver Spring a lot for different things. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I hope to get home at some point. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but it'll be at some point when it's supposed to be. Is it Melissa from Lakeland, Florida? And Linda. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so Tikora says she just moved to PSL, Florida. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm not an acronym gal. But but from California. Wow, that's a big move. I hope you're surviving the humidity because I know California doesn't have it. Florida has plenty to share. Um, and let me just check in. Oh, we have Deb from Manchester, Connecticut. Yeah, that's right. And oh, Jan, thank you. She says she bought my new pattern, an early birthday present to myself. I love that it's so portable. I'm using yarn from my stash. No extra this month. 266 car repair bill. Ugh, sorry, Jan. That kind of, those are always painful, no matter how much they are. But thanks for your support. And if I'm going to talk about that baby blanket pattern in just a second. Okay, so we have Judy from Brazelton, Georgia. She said, "Oh, thank you." She says she missed me last week. I missed you all. Hoping your anniversary was exciting. It was quiet. It was quiet. It was it's hard to get too exciting when everything is closed or you're not really supposed to go in. But did have a good time with my husband. It was good seeing my daughter Hannah. And let's see, we have the Phoenix. Okay, the name is Nina, by the way. Thank you, Nina. I appreciate that. And well, I'm going to just go ahead and dig in. I could chat with you all just reading where you're from, as you know, all day long, because that is just so interesting to me. Just makes me want to get out in the car or in a plane and just go somewhere, you know. I had three seriously great trips planned this year, all on airplanes, and it's all been nixed, because of this virus. But the good news is I've gotten a lot more work in this year, and let me go ahead and let me tell you about an Afghan that's not here, and that would be the Carolina Sun Throw. I had the joy, I mean truly the joy, of boxing that up and shipping it to Stephanie Sheldon, who is with the Good Loops Yarn Company, and she's kind of spearheading a throw or Afghan collection for the organization called Snowball Express. I can't really talk about it without getting emotional because here we go. They help Gold Star families, people who've lost a loved one in the military, and these are blankets that are going to be given to the children of Gold Star families. So we're real excited about that. Please check my video link below, the video description, and there's a link for the Snowball Express and all the information there. It's pretty detailed, so I'm rather than going through all the details and trying to answer questions here, take a look at that web page, that web link, and the specifications. I will mention that they need to be handmade, and it could be handmade using yarn or fleece. They could be a sewn blanket that's acceptable. So just check that out, and if you have any questions that are kind of tricky, ask Stephanie and interact with her on her page, because she's the expert and she knows far more about this than I do. But I was just really happy to send mine in. The only thing is they want a blanket at least 45 inches wide by 60 inches long. So these are not for babies. These are not for baby blankets. These are for for children 5 years and up. 5 to 18. So and they really love blankets with sports teams and stuff like that. No flags. Whew, can't even talk about this, but anyway, no flags, because that's a sad symbol for them, because the flag that draped their parents' coffin is just a sore reminder. So we don't want flags, or I don't think they really go into military symbols either. They want this just to be kind of fun. So go ahead and check out that link, and if you have a blanket that you've made recently that you want to donate, fine. Don't feel any pressure, because I know many of you are not in a position to do this, and that is totally fine. Feel free to just pass, because I know a lot of you do a lot of other things in your community, and that is fabulous. You all put me to shame on a lot of your giving and the things that you do. But anyway, just something for those of you who may want to do something like that. Give it a look and consider that, or just get in touch with Steph. But anyway, let me talk about, I got a goodie bag here. I'm going to pull some things out of here in just a minute and show you. But this blanket is doing very well. so far it's been viewed over 4,000 times on my channel, which is pretty good for my channel. So I'm really, really thankful for those of you who've checked this out. You see this is, pretty drapey, and oh, it feels really nice too. This is made out of the Good Loops Eco Fusion yarn, which is a blend of cotton and bamboo. And of course, you can use whatever yarn you want for this. I use a DK weight. If you want to use a worsted weight, which is a number 4, you could do that for this, but I would upsize your hook from what I use in the video. So anyway, this pattern is also available on my Love Crafts page, and I just want you to know that this is a very special pattern, and all designer profit from this, the sale of the pattern for this design is going 100% to the Shriners Children's Hospital. I just wanted to let you know that. And there are a few people in our network right here who've been profoundly affected by Children's Hospital over the years. Esther, one of our administrators, has actually had surgery there when she was younger. And Bobby has too. He's in our group chat right now. And also my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is 91 years old. But this organization's been around forever, I guess, helping people. And it's always, whenever they help people, it's always free of charge. My mother-in-law was born, or not long after she was born, she contracted polio, which is one reason why I'm here helping her for this season, because her polio leg finally gave out and she's no longer able to walk. But when she was a child, she had many surgeries at this hospital, and they were all free. I just think that's amazing. So I'm just to let you know, I know a lot of you only like free patterns, and I, whatever, but I charge for most of my patterns because they are advertisement free, and because I like to eat. It's just this habit I have a few times a day. But anyway, this, all 100% of the profits are going to the hospital. So if you decide to buy it, just know that you're also helping other people that you may never meet. But I thank you in advance for doing that. So that's, I should even tell you the name. This is the wheat wheat cabled heirloom, spelled with an H, baby blanket. And it's on my channel, so you can just check that out. And the links are in the video description of the baby blanket. So if you want to check that out later, that would be great. I wanted to show you something else. I know I'm missing a lot of comments here, guys. Well, let me do a quick check. Yeah, Bobby says he had 4 surgeries or so there. Wow, that's amazing. And we have Emmeline from Switzerland. Hey, my Swiss friend. And let's see. Oh, someone's asking about my shirt. Yeah, my shirt, if you look down below the video, they will be there later, but there's a link for my Teespring store if you're interested in any of these. But I wanted to show you this. This is, as you know, required in a lot of places. I'll go ahead and show you how it looks. This actually feels very comfortable. I can still talk, as you can see. And these are, I'll just take it off so you can see it a little bit closer. These are just printed crochet designs. This is actually from one of my baby blankets that's out there. And there are a few other designs. I'm actually going to order some more when I can. But I didn't want to show these to you and promote them until I got them. They are 2 layers, okay? So they are 2 layers sewn together. And I heard on the news today that the 2 layers of fabric, if you're going to wear fabric, reusable ones are the best. And it's made out of a polyester kind of material. I'm not sure if the inside is. I think it might also be, but it's very, very soft. And I used to think that cotton was the best, but it seems that cotton retains moisture. So the polyester are actually better for wicking away moisture, and you're going to get moisture as you talk and breathe through these all day long. So anyway, I just wanted to show you these to you. I wanted to make sure that I liked them first before I really introduced you to these. And again, every penny that I earned from the sale of these, I did try to price these on the low end, on my store. I'm not out to gouge people. That's not my goal. Um, but every penny that I earn from every sale of these is also going to Shriners Children's Hospital. Okay, so I just want you to know I'm not getting rich on COVID-19. Okay, God forbid that. But just real excited to share these with you. And I'm thinking about putting some newer designs up. And if there's any particular stitch that you would like to see on one of these designs, or you know, a color that you would like, a colored crochet stitch or something, or even something that I might have in my photo library, let me know, because I can have one of these made up for you. I mean, I can put them up in my store, you know, to share with others as well. But you know, I want to know what you would like. And oh, speaking of COVID-19, very positive story here. My You notice that my son Hudson, he's the one who's been kind of stepping in and helping me out on Fridays since Becky's been working. Again, great that we have children who have jobs now, which was not the case, you know, even a month ago. But my son Hudson, who was helping me, got a job in his working in what he studied. He's working as a CNC machinist, and he's only like 10 minutes away from my home up in Maryland, you know, living with my husband and daughter. So excited about that. I can't wait to be back there to be with him too. But so he's only 10 minutes from home. He's working as a CNC machinist, and I can't share company names. I'm not going to go into details, but one of the main clients that he is making metal things for is a company that's making tests for the COVID-19. So he's getting like 2 days of overtime. He's putting in probably 60-hour days, which he's glad to do because it's important now. And just the whole idea that, you know, he's making equipment that's making test kits for everybody, which to me is like, whoa, that is so cool. So my poor boy has, you know, waited for so long and patiently through this, like a lot of us have. And then, you know, boom, you know, the first job he gets, and it's just filled with meaning. So thank you for those of you who've prayed for him and for my family, because prayers are working, and he's happy. I mean, he's working very hard, but he's getting used to it, and he's, you know, putting money in his bank account again. So he's real excited about that. So anyway, real excited about that. Let me see if I can just check here, see what else is coming in. Oh, thanks, Jan. She said, I need your shirt, Bonnie. Thank you, Jan. It's in my Teespring store. There's a lot of stuff in there, so you may have to scroll down to find it. Oh, Patsy, thank you. She says she'll do that. She love our military families. Yes, we do, Patsy. They keep us safe in so many ways that we have no clue. And they also keep people safe in other countries who have no clue, which is amazing. Yeah, they do a lot that they really can't talk about. Our military families are amazing. Okay, says Margaret Taylor says, what a great thing for the servicemen's children. Could you post where I can get information? Margaret, if you just look in the video description below, and if you can't find the video description, if you're using a phone, there'll be a little, like a triangle, and if you click that triangle, it's to the right of the screen. That'll open up the space below the video, and you'll see a bunch of video links and things that I put down there. So, and if you can't find it there, all you have to do is do a Google search for Snowball Express, and Stephanie's article will pop up. It'll probably be one of the first ones that pops up there. So go ahead and check that out. Oh, Jean says, this is my first time here. I'm from Utah. We usually have a parade today. I'm excited to see what you do today. Love your show. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's too bad that you're going to be missing your parade. Sorry about that, Jean. Oh, I would love to go to Utah. All right, guys, I'm going to just press on here. I'm just looking to make sure. Is there anything that, okay. I think I'm all pretty much caught up. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you for the little trophy there. That's cool. Michelle says, congratulations to your son on getting the job. Yeah, I am just really thrilled. And just the fact that he was actually looking at other jobs that were like an hour and a half drive each way, there and back again. And just the idea that he's right 10 minutes down the street from us is just incredible. Oh, thank you, Antonia. So that's beautiful. Like your choice of colors. Would you have any patterns for baby hats and bibs? I'm sorry, I don't right now. I'm having a hard time finding any I like, and we are having a population explosion. Wow, well, God is blessing. That's great. I don't, but maybe if you do a Google search, you can find some things, or I don't know, check out some of the other social media sites. Steph, yeah, go ahead. If you want to put, Steph says, would you like me to put a link? Yes, please put the link. Feel free to put that link for Stephanie's page in there. That would be great. Bobby says, my worker that is here this week is a military wife. Her husband is deployed for the next year or so. And Bobby's asking for prayers for them. Definitely, Bobby. Thank you. We will definitely be thinking of her and their family. Okay, let me look at the description box below. Let me see. That's weird. You know what? The description box, maybe that'll appear after. That's weird. I'm not sure. I put it in this morning, guys. I spent 25 minutes putting it together. I will put it in after I'm done talking, okay? I don't know. Becky, is it usually there? I don't know if that appears afterwards, but anyway, it'll be there later. But anyway, all the information I'm talking about, okay, so it's usually there, but it's not there now. I'm not sure what happened. Well, I did my job, but I will fix that once. I will fix that, guys, once we're done talking with everything. And I've got a lot of things to talk about. Let's see. Oh yes, we have a crochet along coming. Let me talk a little bit about that. Put this over here. We have a crochet along coming for this, the Orlaith. Go ahead and pull this out. The Orlaith Robe Sweater. I would put it on, but it's like going to be 90 degrees today outside. Okay, this is a long sweater, and this is a design that is in my book, The Celtic Cable Crochet, which came out in 2016. And it's a nice, oops, there goes the chair. I'll just put it here. It's a nice long sweater, which I enjoy wearing. I have a tan colored sweater that's on the cover or inside Celtic Cable Crochet that I wear and love to wear it. This is what I used. Of course, you're free to use whatever yarn you want. I used a worsted weight yarn. I used Cascade Yarns 220 Superwash. This is the Aran size, or again, worsted weight. Each of these hanks has 150 yards. Okay, I used, how many did I use? I think I used 15 of these. I'll have to verify that. I will put the information in the video description once I'm done, but all the information is in the pattern, which is the book. It's a lot of yarn. It's a hefty project, but I think it's easy to do. I've just completed uploading the videos. I'll be releasing them starting August 3rd. This coming Monday, I'm going to be releasing the intro video that basically introduces you to the project and tells you all that you're going to need in order to get ready. And then you'll have a week to get ready after that if you wanted to join us. Many of you, if you follow me for any length of time, you probably already have the book, so the pattern's not going to be a problem. Now this is 100% superwash wool. If you wanted just the regular wool, that would be great. I think the first one I used was regular, but this is superwash. This was fun to use this yarn. Although I do need to wash the sweater because it has a peculiar odor to it, which is normal, but I'm about to, stick it in the washer machine and on gentle and wash it so that I get rid of that superwash smell. But if you don't want to use wool and you want a more economical version, I mean, the paint box yarns are perfectly fine for this. Of course, they're 100% acrylic. I personally don't do well with acrylic. It heats me up too much. The wool is actually a breathable, but breathable fabric. But you know, the cost of this it's more of an investment than the acrylic would be. So you know, I'm just suggesting that this yarn be used as an alternative, or you know, you probably have whatever worsted weight yarn that you have that you can get locally. So check that out, and I'm going to do all that I can to help you through this project. I was editing the videos this week. Actually, it took me like 3 days to do the edits and uploads, and there is something very important I need to let you know. Okay, this is the book that the pattern appears in. This is the Celtic Cable Crochet, and this is available from Penguin Random House, who's the new publisher now, since Interweave was purchased by them. And let's see, let me show you the picture in here. Okay, here's a picture of the sweater with one of those pretty skinny models wearing it. And one thing about the sizing on this, I mentioned this in the videos, the sizing on this particular sweater, there's a lot of ease in the stitches, which means there's a lot of stretchability to it. So if you tend to, like when you buy t-shirts, you know, a lot of times I'll buy a size bigger because I know to allow for shrinkage. Don't do this when you plan your project, because if you do, it's going to be way too big for you because of the ease built into these stitches. So I'm normally a medium. Thank God. Never thought I'd be able to say that. Worked hard to get there, but with this particular design, I actually made this small, and the small fits very comfortably because of the ease built in. So take that for what it's worth. When this pattern first went to publish, it had some issues with it. I don't know who was sleeping at the helm at my old publisher, but they didn't send the right version in to be published, which, as you can imagine, has caused me numerous headaches. I spent countless hours over the years since this was published helping people through posting errata. Errata is the name for error listing. So what I have this already posted. So if you just go, I'm going to put the video link in the video description once I'm done talking. But if you're watching the rebroadcast, it should already be there. So you need to download this. I went through this with a fine-tooth comb and made all the corrections, including updating all of the schematics. The schematics are, you know, the sizing, very specific of the very different sizes. And by looking at these schematics, you can get an idea of, you know, what size you want to make. This is for the 2 panels in the front, and the schematics for the sleeves. Okay, so if this is something you feel like tackling, please join me. Get ready to go August 3rd. The first video 1 is going to be making the back and the 2 front panels. The second video is going to be making the sleeves. And the third video is how to sew it all together and then do the band with the buttonholes and the buttons and so forth. And you don't have to make this in a 3-week period. I'm just releasing them one at each week for those who want to move at that fast of a clip. But don't ever feel pressured to, oh, I have to have it done by the week 1 or whatever, because most of you probably will not have time to do those first 3 parts in a week. But that's just the way I like to release them, to keep the interest going. And also, again, for those who have nothing else to do, you know, they can get that done. So, okay, I've been talking way too much. Let me just check in here and see if there's any questions I need to answer that maybe Becky. Okay, I see a sad face. What happened? Let me look. Oh, Emmeline says she cannot get that book. I checked on Amazon. Could not get delivery to Switzerland. Really? Really? Emmeline, email me and let's see what we can do. If you can't, I know they sell this in Germany. although they may only carry the German version. I know it's actually been translated into German and I think Russian as well. Um, and my first book was actually translated into Estonian. How cool is that? I had to look up where Estonia was. I know where it is now, but this was years ago. See, you guys are teaching me so much geography. Emily, email me. I don't know how much it would cost me to send it to Switzerland, but if you want, we can maybe work a deal. Maybe I can send it to you. I just need to find out what the postage is because a lot of times, I know Becky, when she spent time one summer living in Switzerland, we used to send her things and the postage was like 5 times what the contents cost because it's such a long way to ship. But email me and let's see if we can work something out here. Okay, let's see what we can do. I don't want you to be without if you really want one that bad. Oh, thank you, Jody. She has a very sweet comment. She's admire all the work you do and your talent. Thank you for sharing. Oh, my joy. I mean, my pleasure to do this. Let's see. Oh, Lynn's in the chat. Lynn Guider, thank you. Said the family couldn't eat for days, but they're eating a little bit now. Praise the Lord. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but I probably need to go back. Okay, please include my mother, sister, brother-in-law. Okay, okay. Thank you, Lynn. I get it now. I'm connecting the dots, friend. Oh, we have Virginia from Vernal. Is it Vernal? If I'm saying that right? Utah, Dinosaur Land. Wow. Welcome. I would love to go visit Utah. I was close when I was in Arizona, but I need to get to Utah too. Oh, thank you, Michelle. She says she's excited to participate in the crochet along. Okay, thanks for helping, Margaret. She was pointing our friend to another channel, Bag a Day. She said she has lots of hats. Yeah, and she does a lot of baby outfits too on that channel. She has a ton of stuff. Okay, so Wanda, you can see it. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to push on ahead here. I will read the comments that I missed. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to greet you personally. I really want to. We have Knit Addict. She says, just joining. Sorry, so late. I'm working. Hello, Bonnie. I hope I didn't miss much. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can always back it up and look at it after it renders. The video, that is. And Liz says, I've been crocheting for about 2 years, been hesitant about trying to crochet a sweater. Maybe I will give this a go. Well, Liz, it's certainly not a beginner sweater. I do have a beginner sweater project on my channel if you're interested in that. There'd be less sewing involved in that one, actually. This is going to involve some sewing, maybe some sweating as you sew, I don't know. And just a brief talk about that. I don't sew my sweaters together with yarn. I like to use thread. People ask me that a lot, and I just think it makes for a smaller seam since you're putting two, heavy pieces together. I just don't want to have a big seam there. Although I did sew the buttons on using yarn because the buttonholes were huge on these buttons. So, it's whatever you all want to do. I know some people like slip stitching things together, but I would kind of encourage you to do the thread. And if you do the needle and thread, make sure you have the thread that's as close to the color of the yarn that you can find, or else it's going to stand out. I made that mistake before, yes. So I've learned so much from my mistakes. Okay, Wanda. Hey, Wanda. Says, thank you so much for my book and the beautiful inscription. Thank you, Wanda. My pleasure. I just so appreciate your support. I'm just kind of bummed that we're not going to get together this year at the CGOA conference. Let me see. I'm just making sure. Okay, Emmeline wants to know, how can I get the pattern for size large? Yeah, just send me an email. Maybe we can work something out through PayPal. Maybe I can split the difference with you or something on postage because I really want you to be able to get this. I can't offer just, let me talk about this a minute. I cannot offer just the pattern alone because when you sign book deals with publishers, you basically are signing the rights to your creative work over to somebody else. And it's kind of a mutual win-win thing, hopefully. Um, However, I'm rethinking that whole system as I go forward with my new designs. Most of what I'm doing now is independent publishing because it gives me the rights and it gives me the control over what I do, and it's not kind of at the mercy of somebody I don't know who has the chance of messing it up. And that has happened to me. It happened in this book, in this on this particular design. But I think I have it fixed again with this errata listing. I think it's all ready to go. And because of that, I can't just give you the pattern, and I can't even, sell you just that one pattern because I no longer own the rights. It's owned by Penguin Random House, and rightfully so. And it gets a little complicated, but it's a lot of legalese kind of stuff. Again, which is why I do a lot of self-publishing these days. That way I control all of that. I own the copyrights to everything. Don't own it to that. So I hope that makes sense. And I do encourage you to, if you need the pattern, to purchase the book. I mean, not to be real pushy on that, but I think you'll be happy with a lot of the other designs if you like cabling designs at all. And they are intermediate patterns, but if you are a confident beginner, like I always say, and you know the basic stitches already, you won't have any problem with these patterns. And you know where to get me, and I have many of the stitch videos for every single pattern, or every single stitch in here is on my YouTube channel. So you can look at the YouTube stitch video and learn that stitch on that particular row. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, let me see. Oh, we have a new present, Magic Crochet with Heart. Just hello everyone, hugs from Hamilton, Ontario. Here we are opening today the stage 3. Hopefully people will keep safe and everyone will enjoy a little more freedom. I wish you the best with that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that here too. I wish you the best with that, you all up in Ontario. Stay safe and, do what you know to do. And we'll get past this thing. We will. Okay, Jane says, finished the colorful cable Afghan now on the Celtic rug. And the thing just jumped on me. How did I do that? Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. I scare myself sometimes with my hands and buttons on these computers. She says, great pattern, only been crocheting for 4 months. No way, you're doing, Jane, oh my gosh, you're in the deep end of the pool, my friend. She says, you're such a great teacher, never retire from crochet. Thank you, Jane. Jane from England. Wow, she's been crocheting for 4 months and you're working on the Celtic rug. Oh my goodness. I'm glad we're still friends, Jane. You're still talking with me, thank you, because that's the one with the Celtic weave. And for any of you all who've done the Celtic weave, that can be kind of a hair puller, pull your hair out on that. You can thank Becky for that. She's my inspiration on that stitch. She really inspired me more than 12 years ago to sit down and do something different, something new. And that stitch was what I came up with. And I know that I'm not boasting or anything like that. This is just the fact. This is the first time it was ever in publication. Although everybody's using it now, and which is great and fun, but yeah, anyhow, I really like that stitch, which, let me see, Marcia says, I would love to do the cow, just popped in. What is the cow? The crochet along is for the sweater, Marcia, it's for the Orlaith Robe Sweater, and it's in the book. Let me go ahead and do a real quick picture again. This is the picture of the sweater we're talking about. Although the one that I'm crocheting in the videos is going to be the Aran color. Let's see. Yes, Jan was telling Jane, you are a brave woman. Yes, she is. Bobby says, we nearly lost our friendship when I tried. I understand. Well, let me tell you about something else. See, what else do I have in my bag? Okay. This is the last thing in my bag. And I'm just showing this to you. I'm not promoting the scarf, although this is in my stitch. This is in my online Lovecraft stores. But starting, let's see, well, starting today, I think, or yesterday, registration is now open for the Crochet Guild of America virtual learning. As you all know, the Crochet Guild of America, or CGOA, conference was canceled. It was supposed to be going on about now. I mean, this was a year ago today. My Facebook memories popped up 6 years ago today, Becky. We were packing up a wet tent in the mountains of New Hampshire and driving down to Manchester for the CGOA conference 6 years ago. Can you believe that? We had 5 people in our Highlander, bubble on top, packed full of camping equipment. We had just spent like 3 days, 3 nights in the mountains of New Hampshire. Had a great time. Of course, the last night we were there, we had torrential rains just blow through. Thankfully, it didn't blow the tent away. Had a nice evening sleeping with the drizzle on the tent. And then got to pack it up early the next day, and what a mess. But we had a great time. I think never appreciated a hot shower at the hotel as so much in my life, except that year. But anyhow, the Crochet Guild of America is putting on some classes online. And I'm going to have the video link for you below there once the video finishes rendering and all. And I'm going to be teaching 2 classes. I was scheduled to teach 6 at the conference, but I'm going to be teaching 2. These are going to be on Zoom. So if you decide you want to sign up, you kind of have to be at least computer savvy enough to be able to come to a Zoom class. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to be. But the first class I'm going to be teaching, these are all going to be taught August 17th, 18th, and 19th. And it's going to be 10 a.m., I believe 10 a.m. Eastern time, and whatever that translates into, other parts of the country, or I guess even parts of the world. If you're not from America, that's okay. You can still join CGOA and participate, or you don't even have to join CGOA. You can take the class. The class is not cheap. Okay, the class is $75 for the 3-hour session, and before, let me say something about that too. I did not set the prices, and I'm only paid an hourly wage, and a lot of the excess from the money that goes for the classes is actually going to benefit the Crochet Guild of America as a whole. For the programs, it helps to pay for administration. It helps, pay for a lot of the other things that you just don't think about to run an organization like this. And since this year's had to be canceled, the main revenue way of raising money for the organization was basically taken away. So this is, the money that you would pay for this is going to kind of help keep the organization afloat, kind of keeping it alive until next year, where we can have another conference and infuse more funding into it. So I hope that makes that clear, because just wanted you to know that even though it's $75 to participate, that's not all for me. Okay, I am paid by the organization, and this helps to support the organization as a whole. It really benefits many more people, not just me. So anyway, the first class is going to be called I Love Crochet Cables, and you're going to be learning a lot of different types of cabling. And if you already know the cables and stuff, you probably don't need the class. But if you are new and you want to learn in the interactive format, and since it's going to be held over a 3-day period, I think it's actually going to be better as far as the learning goes than sitting in a class and it's just for 3 hours, and like a 3-hour session, which they are pretty intense when you go to the conferences. They're great, but all I know is that when I'm done teaching, I'm just flat out exhausted. I give 100%. I would give 110%, but that's not mathematically correct. So 100%. So during these classes, it's going to be live, interacting with one another. I'm going to be doing a lot of demonstrating and trying to, help you with answering your questions live, back and forth. So what we'll do is we're going to have an hour one day, and then you're going to have time to practice the stitches that we cover in that class. I'm going to be covering a lot of stitches. We're going to be covering this stitch, the cable stitch right here that's made with the single crochets. We're going to learn the arrow stitch, which is the stitch right here. Like I said, most of you probably already know these. We're going to be doing the Celtic weave, the one that Bobby and I almost lost our friendship over. Yes, we're going to do that together. And we're going to learn some others that I don't even have on this scarf, the wheat stitch and the honeycomb. There's about 8 or 9 stitches that we're going to be covering during the 3-hour time. And so I think it's going to be nice in that we can have an hour together, you know, the first day, and then the next day we can come back, answer questions, clean up any issues from that day, and then learn some new stitches. And we'll do that 3 days in a row. If I find that I need more time with you beyond the 3 hours in order to really wrap things up, I will add that on my time. You know, apart from the CGOA, I will add that with you if you decide to do this. The second class I'm going to be teaching is beginning crocheting for, and I'm sorry, try this again. Beginning knitting for crocheters. So I'm real excited about this one. Again, this is going to be a 3-hour class. I know there's somebody else teaching a 2-hour class if you're interested in that with CGOA, but I decided to make mine 3 just to draw it out so I have more time for questions and answers since it's learning a completely new craft, although I'm going to be using the continental method, and I've talked to you about that before. It's very similar to crochet. I mean, so much so I was flabbergasted when I found out, and once I finally got it. So anyway, I have the video promo on those classes coming to my channel here on Monday with all the information you'll need. If that's something that you're interested in. Again, it's $25 an hour. That's a 3-hour class. So that class is also $75. Again, it's an investment, and just keep in mind, I mean, it's a live thing, and it doesn't just benefit me, but it's also benefiting keeping the Crochet Guild alive, you know, following this COVID-19 thing. So, and I have benefited tremendously from this organization. I will say up front, it's not a perfect organization. You've got people in it, and I won't say any more about that, but I mean, if you're looking for a perfect place, I'm afraid that doesn't exist, but it's an organization that has helped me a lot with growing my business, understanding the publication industry, connecting with other people. So if that's something that's interesting to you, that you want to do to maybe even bolster your the next step, if you want to take your crocheting to the next step, you know, whether it's designing, publishing, or any of that stuff, check out CGOA. I actually also participate. I'm on the list of mentors there for people who want to grow their business and in various ways, and they put you in direct contact with me. Of course, you know, we can talk whenever, but there's a lot of good programs that'll put you in touch with a lot of other people that you might really appreciate. So, you know, check that out when you get a chance. And let me see what else. Oh yeah, these classes are limited to 25 students each. I almost hope that it's not 25 students, because I don't want to, you know, I want to have time for everybody, but there's a minimum of 10, a maximum of 25. So the space is limited. So if that's something you're interested in doing, you might want to just, you know, check it out sooner rather than later. Okay. Now we have something kind of fun. I got this in the mail more than a week ago, and I have had to wait until I was with you guys so I can unbox this. This is a company that hasn't come online yet. This is a homegrown, mom at home person who is going to start selling kits. I don't have much more information on you yet because her video, her website is not live yet, but she wanted me to show you all what I have. And she sent me a knitting kit. I'm gonna be, mostly what I'm doing right now is I'm just checking out her kit. I haven't opened this before. And we're gonna be working together in the future I'm gonna be trying to design some crochet things for her, and you know, depending on how I like her yarn and so forth. So do you want to see what's inside? I do. Ooh, this is beautiful. Wow. Can you see this? Let me get my glasses so I can read. Oh, I see a pair of beautiful knitting needles. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so she says, the card says here, we believe passionately in sourcing and using the best quality materials we can find for our products. A little bit of wear and tear is, in our opinion, a sign that a product is loved and enjoyed. However, we appreciate that you will want to protect your items and keep them looking as good as possible for as long as possible. So here's what we would recommend. Okay, and she has all the washing instructions on how to care for your products. Um, her contact information is, let's see, she's at Lamb Shop Kits on Facebook. So if you wanted to connect with her there. She's on Pinterest and on Instagram, and I believe her website is going to be going live soon. It's not live yet, but they're building it right now. It'll be lambshopkits.com. Oh, let's take a look at this. Oh, let's just look at this first. Ooh, this is nice. I love these kinds of knitting needles. So she even sent me the circular knitting needle for knitting this hat. I believe it's a hat kit. We have, wow, 3 of these. Oh, it feels really nice too. This is a yarn Jagger spun. It's super lamb. Okay, so it means super wash lamb. Super wash wool means it's washable wool. It won't look like a Barbie's hat when you wash it. 100% made in the U.S. This is called Bottle Green. 248 yards. Wow. And I have 3 of these in the kit. Let's see what else. Oh, I love it when you get little goodies like this. And what is this? Oh, cool. Oh, this is so cool. Wow, this is neat. She even has a little label. It's made out of cloth. It says handmade with love that you can sew onto the hat afterwards. And, ooh, look at that. A nice yarn needle. I don't have one this nice. Mine are all plastic and I usually break them because I use them so much. And a stitch marker. Look at that. So she has everything you need to make this design, including right down to the sewing needle, stitch marker, the knitting needles, and most importantly, wow. Oh, this is a different, oh wow, this is a shawl. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? And the quality of the printing is amazing. It's got a nice little stitch diagram there. You can tell that this gal has put a lot of work into this. So, whoa. I hope you enjoyed that. I've been waiting to undo this box for days. This is beautiful. So, anyway, oh, I can't wait to open these up. I like the wood needles. I heard a lot of people really like the metal knitting needles, and so just to be open-minded, I ordered one and I got a set or a circular set of knitting needles that are the metal, and they're excellent quality, but and it's the only size that I have in their metal, and I'm working on this other project that I'll be showing you at some point. And the only thing is, I love the wood. I guess it's just a personal thing with me, but I really miss working with the wood. So it's, some people prefer one over the other. I'm definitely a woody. So, anywho, yeah, I'm sorry, Swati. I don't know how much the kits are. I think they're probably not gonna be cheap, but she hasn't gotten that information to me. So this is just a little teaser right now, just seeing what's out there. As soon as I get the information from her, I will share it with you and let you know. Okay, but I'm looking forward to working with this yarn. She wanted to send me some of her yarn so to see if I would want to design with it, and I definitely do. This looks nice, but of course you need to wind it and make sure it's not full of knots and stuff like that, because if I don't think it is, but if I run across junk yarn, I really don't want to encourage you to buy that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I have to report after using approximately 60, let's see, two, yes, I am almost through my 60th ball of paint box yarn. And guess what? I found a knot, one knot after 60 scans of this yarn. I, I was not really disappointed. I'm like, okay, so they're normal, they're human. They had to change the spool, in the factory at some point, but still, one knot I have run into after going through 60 scans. I am finishing up my third Afghan made of this color that will be coming out in January, but super excited about that. And it is 1 o'clock, which is a magic time for me. I need to go check on Mrs. B, and I will look through your comments. Let me see. Let me just look at this real quick. Thank you guys for being excited about these classes. I was on the fence about it. I went back and forth. Let me tell you why. Let me talk to you, because I can be honest with you all. I really wanted to make sure that you get the value that you are investing in with these classes. And I was a little nervous about the whole Zoom thing. And I just want everybody to be satisfied and to pick it up, to learn. I wanted to be able to interact with people as much as possible. And, it's an experiment. Okay, it is kind of a grand experiment, but I just decided when I was thinking about this and praying about it, I just thought, well, why can't I just add additional hours? I mean, trust me, this is not going to turn into a 15-hour class. Okay, I don't have that time, but if necessary, I'm going to add to that 3 hours on additional days, should it be necessary, because I want to make sure that everybody gets what they need from these live classes, okay? And it's also, I think, going to be kind of a trial for me in a good way, and because if it really works and it turns out to be a good format, I may even start offering live classes for some special projects in lieu of just the video. Live interaction, I think is best. Sitting on the couch side by side is my personal best thing to be able to do with teaching, but you can't do that now, and certainly can't do that if we're living in different countries. But anyway, just little disclaimer, my honest thoughts on this. I was really disappointed that we couldn't be in person, but on the other hand, because we can't, these Zoom classes make learning online and in the live format that otherwise would not be possible for people who, let's say, like for Swati, who, or not Swati, for Emmeline, who lives in Switzerland. I mean, unless I travel to Switzerland, that's not going to happen with us, but, somebody over there could potentially take the class, if they don't mind staying up in the middle of the night, if they're on the other side of the world. But it makes things possible that otherwise wouldn't be possible. I know a lot of you all are not able to travel. If I was still at home with my children, 10 years ago, there was no way that I could travel to conferences. But this opens up a whole new possibility. So anyway, for those reasons, I thought it's worth at least one try. And depending on how that goes, this may just open up a whole new avenue for us to interact, and I would absolutely love that. Well, I wanted to share with you something from my friend, Morning and Evening with Spurgeon. But before I do, I just want to share with you another book I've been reading and getting a lot out of. This is a great book. I got it in the mail. This is actually hot off the press by Dane Ortlund. It's called Gentle and Lowly, The Heart of Christ for Sinners and Sufferers. And it's a study in the in kind of the heart of Christ and heart of Jesus. And it's really well written, and it comes endorsed by some of my favorite Christian authors and theologians. So I just wanted to recommend that to you. It's available Christian book distributor as well as Amazon. Amazon has everything just about. But anyway, I just wanted to read something to you all. I know that many of you are still, kind of stuck inside like me, but, making the most of it. And some of you maybe have, are battling serious health issues, and many of you, maybe with the COVID-19 thing even. So I just wanted to read this to you because it really spoke to me this morning as I was reading. It's based on the verse from Exodus 14:13, which says, "Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord." And these are words written by, again, this is Morning and Evening by Mr. Spurgeon. He writes, "These words contain God's command to the believer when he's reduced to great straits and brought into extraordinary difficulties. He cannot retreat. He cannot go forward. He is shut up on the right hand and on the left. What is he now to do? The Master's word to him is, 'Stand still.' It will be well for him if at such times he listens only to his Master's word. For other and evil advisers come with their suggestions. Despair whispers, 'Lie down and die, give it all up.' But God would have us put on a cheerful courage, and even in our worst times, rejoice in his love and faithfulness. Cowardice says, 'Retreat, go back to the worldling's way of action. You cannot play the Christian's part. It is too difficult. Relinquish your principles.' But however much Satan may urge this course upon you, you cannot follow it if you are a child of God. His divine fiat has bid thee go from strength to strength, and so thou shalt. And neither death nor hell shall turn thee from thy course. What, if for a while thou art called to stand still, yet this is but to renew thy strength for some greater advance in due time. Precipitancy, I had to look this word up, and this means rashness or suddenness of action or undue hastiness. That's what precipitancy cries. Do something, stir yourself. To stand still and wait is sheer idleness. We must be doing something at once. We must do it, so we think, instead of looking to the Lord, who will not only do something, but will do everything. Presumption boast, if the sea be before you, march into it and expect a miracle. But faith listens neither to presumption, nor to despair, nor to cowardice, nor to precipitancy, but it hears God say, 'Stand still,' and immovable as a rock it stands. Stand still. Keep the posture of an upright man or woman, ready for action, expecting further orders, cheerfully and patiently awaiting the directing voice. And it will not be long ere God shall say to you, as distinctly as Moses said it to the people of Israel, 'Go forward.'" Okay, go forward. So that was really, really affected me this morning. I thought that was really good, and these times are that we're in right now. We're going to be, probably telling, many of us telling our children or grandchildren, great grandchildren about what happened, and someday. So just keep that in mind. This too shall pass, and things are looking up, and things are not always going to be like this. And just to stand, just to stand and not fret. That was just really spoke to my heart, because I need to do that. So I hope that, helps some of you out there. Well, I think I need to head on and grab some lunch. And I just thank you so much for sticking with me and for joining me today. And one more thing. Thank you so much for all your well wishes and sweet comments from our anniversary. I had I think there was over 107 comments just into YouTube alone. It just really, really blessed me and my husband. I showed them to him, and both of us were just pretty blown away. So thank you for your kindness. You guys are the best place to be on this internet here. This is the best group I know. I love you all, and take care. Bye-bye.